Ahmed and welcome back to Cravings Food Adventures. You know I have a real love for Thai food, and last year I went to Sukhothai with my co-workers. Now Sukhothai is one of my favorite Thai restaurants in downtown Toronto, and I was introduced to Khao Soi. Today we're going to be making a delicious chicken Khao Soi. Although Khao Soi is a Thai dish, it has very different ingredients. Now it's very popular in the Ching Mai area, and it is rumored to have been brought down by Chinese immigrants, and it also can be traced right up to Burma. Now the ingredients that are used in a Khao Soi are actually very similar to ingredients that we use in Indian cooking. The name Khao Soi is loosely translated to cut rice or cut noodles, but today egg noodles or wonton noodles are widely used. What I love about the Khao Soi is the comfort of that coconutty broth that's made with the very special Khao Soi spices. It's also made with chicken or beef, and egg noodles are added to the broth, but that's not all. It's topped with fried egg noodles, and this is my favorite part of the dish. Now the Khao Soi is served with some lime, shallots, and some sour pickled mustard. This is absolutely delicious. Before I go any further with this recipe, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every week, and also ring that bell. That's YouTube's new bell icon. That will notify you every time I upload a new video. Now let's get cooking. It all begins with a stellar spice blend. These are 20 regular dried chilies that you can find in most Asian grocery stores. These are super cheap and really easy to find. I'm going to cut these down the middle to relieve them of their seeds. And then I'm going to discard the seeds and soak the chilies in boiling water. For best results, leave this overnight, and the next day you will see these plumped up and they're great to grind into a paste. Next, I'm going to toast some spices. I have 6 black cardamom seeds here, and I'm going to pound this in my mortar and pestle just to release the seeds. I am very familiar with this ingredient as we use this in Indian cuisine as well. You can find these relatively inexpensively at Chinese or Indian stores. I'm going to add the seeds and the shells to my pan. Don't throw away the shells as they have a lot of flavor too. I'm also going to add 3 tablespoons of coriander seeds, and I'm going to allow these to toast to release their maximum flavor. I'm just going to leave this aside to cool. I'm now going to add a tiny bit of oil to my hot pan, and I'm going to add a 2-inch piece of ginger that I've sliced. I'm also going to add a 1-inch piece of fresh turmeric that I've sliced as well, and a half cup of shallots that I've sliced. I'm lucky as my local Chinese grocery store stocks the ginger, galangal, and turmeric side by side, and it's easy to pick up the wrong one if you're not paying attention. Fresh turmeric looks very similar to organic ginger. It's darker in color and it's orange when you slice into it. If you can't find this ingredient fresh, you can just substitute a teaspoon of turmeric powder later. I'm looking to get some char on both sides. Now the char is part of the great flavor profile. Once it's done, I'm going to allow this to cool as well. In the meantime, and as I have my pan hot, I'm just going to make a quick chili oil that will be served as an accompaniment to the Khao Soi. In a 1/4 cup of oil, I'm going to saute a 1/4 cup of chili flakes. Remove and bottle for use with this and many other dishes. I'm now going to get the dry ingredients first into my processor. The black cardamom and the coriander is going in, and I'm going to process it. Next, I'm going to add the ginger, turmeric, and shallots, and I'm going to process this. Now, if you were going to use powdered turmeric, you can just add this now at this point and blend it. And let's not forget the plump soaked chilies. I'm going to add these as well. Give everything a quick scrape, and it's still too coarse, so I'm just going to add the juice of half a lime and a tablespoon of chili oil, and I'm going to process it again. Now, I like to use the oil as it helps to preserve the paste. This batch will yield about 8 tablespoons, and I'm either going to bottle this Or if I want to keep it for longer, I like to wrap 2 tablespoons each in cling wrap and I freeze it so I can make khao soi at a moment's notice. Add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and when that melts down, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the prepared khao soi spice paste. I'm also going to add 2 pounds of boneless chicken. Now I prefer Thai meat for this recipe, but you can use whatever type of chicken you like. I use boneless as it's less messy to eat. I'm going to add about 50 ml of coconut milk, and I'm just going to allow it to meld with the spice paste. Now depending on the kind of coconut milk that you use, you may or may not see the oil separating from the coconut. Once you see this, just mix everything together. I'm now going to add another 150 ml of coconut milk. I have 2 cups of stock here, and I'm just going to pour this in and bring it to the boil. I'm using chicken stock, but you can use veggie or beef if you're making a beef khao soi. Allow this to simmer for 20 minutes. We want to reduce that liquid down by half. Taste at this point to balance the flavors. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 3 tablespoons of light soya sauce. If you're using a store-bought stock and it's a little bit salty, use less soya sauce. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of that chili oil we prepared and give this a good stir. I'm just going to take this off the heat now and boil my noodles. You need preferably fresh noodles as they are the best to deep fry. Now I have 2 sizes here. Some people prefer to use the thicker noodle for the soup and this thinner one for the deep fried garnish. Now the thinner noodle does take less time to fry, but I find that it absorbs a lot more oil and it's sharp enough to stab you in the mouth. This is a true story. I prefer to use a thicker noodle. One, I only have to buy one kind and it looks really elegant when it's presented. In my boiling water, I'm going to boil this for a few minutes and then I'm going to drain it and keep it aside. Next, I'm going to heat up my oil. Separate the noodles and drop them in, and once crispy, just remove them and keep them aside. This works best with fresh noodles. If you're using the dried kind, you have to cook the noodles first and then you have to make sure that they're super dry before frying. These can be made ahead and stored in an airtight container. It's now time to assemble the khao soi, and to make it restaurant perfect, I'm going to start with the soupy curry, and then I'm going to add some of those cooked noodles, add a little more gravy to coat the noodles on the top, and top with the crispy fried wonton noodles, which in my opinion is the icing on the cake. Traditionally, this is served with some lime wedges, shallots, and pickled sour mustard greens. Yum! Thank you so much for joining me on Cravings Food Adventures. I hope you enjoyed this delicious recipe for chicken khao soi. You can make the exact same recipe using beef if you like. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, guys. I upload new videos every week. Share my channel and my videos with your family and friends. I really hope to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and you can help me get there. Also follow me on all of my social channels. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and even Snapchat. Until I see you next time, take care, guys. Bye.